Have you ever tried to pick up a language and then you download all the apps, you go out and you buy your textbooks, your phrase books, you get started and you're excited in the beginning, but then you quietly give up over the next couple of weeks or even months? Because I can relate to that. I've done that a lot. I have tried learning Italian, German, Spanish. There's several different languages that I've tried just because I've always been interested in language learning. But I'd be excited about it in the beginning and then I would just give up because it starts to feel more like homework and less like something fun to do. But over the last year, I feel like that's changed for me. I've successfully started learning Japanese and I've really stuck to it this past year. And I feel like it's starting to become more of a cozy, enjoyable hobby where I can just pick it up and learn it for fun, and it doesn't feel like homework anymore. I would like to share with you today the 5 tips that have really changed my language learning process and have helped me stick to learning Japanese successfully when I've failed so many other attempts in past years. And out of the 5, I will say that the 5th one, of course, is the most important one just because it ties everything together. So I hope you stick with me through the video and listen till the end because I think it's going to really help you because it really helped me. So let's talk about it. Tip number 1, pick a language you already enjoy. I think this is the biggest mistake that people make by far. We often choose languages that we think are practical to learn, that we think other people are learning already and that we should learn along with them, or just because we think we should learn that language. But if you don't enjoy immersing yourself in a language, it becomes that much harder to stick with it over the next few months, years, or however long it takes you to learn the language. For me, I realized something. I never really found music with Italian, German, Spanish, or any of those other languages that I learned or tried to learn. I was never actively seeking out TV shows, movies, podcasts, YouTube videos, you name it. I just wasn't interested in any of it. But with Japanese, it was a completely different process. I was already watching anime. I was already listening to Japanese music, watching documentaries about Japan, even if it was about the culture and just not the language. It was much easier to find resources that I enjoyed in Japanese. And then suddenly, studying Japanese never felt like actually doing homework or actually studying. It felt like expanding on a hobby that I already had. If you're able to get your language to naturally fit into your lifestyle and to the things that you enjoy, then it's that much easier to stick with the learning process. Tip number 2 is kind of seamless with tip number 1. Find resources that you actually enjoy. Yes, textbooks are useful, flashcards are useful, grammar exercises are all useful, but that's not the only thing you should be doing in your learning process. Watch movies, listen to music, read books in the native language like comic books or manga. Find your podcast, watch your YouTube videos, even if you don't understand everything yet. A lot of people feel like they have to be fluent and understand every word before they can get started in using those resources. I actually think it's okay and even beneficial to get started a little earlier. Think of it as like gentle exposure or incomprehensible input is what you keep hearing on the internet. You're letting your brain become exposed to the patterns, to the sounds, to the rhythms of the language, even if you're not understanding every single word that you're hearing. It's okay if most of it goes over your head. Think of this part of the process as planting the seeds. Over time, you'll be surprised with how much you're actually soaking in and absorbing during those learning processes. And words will start popping up and you'll automatically know what they're saying because you've been enjoying and watching things this whole time, even when you didn't think you were learning. Tip number 3 is do not use too many resources. And this one is directed at myself just as much as it's being directed at anybody here watching. I love to shop. I love buying new textbooks. I love downloading new apps, trying out new study materials. It's honestly all part of the fun, It's part of the hobby. But eventually I realized something. Every time I bought a new textbook, I never picked back up the old textbook. Every new flashcard app that I downloaded was restarting. Instead of making any progress, I was constantly starting over a new system. Now I try to keep things a little bit more simple. We pick one main textbook system, one flashcard app, a few extra resources for immersion, some of those that we enjoyed from tip number 2, and that's it. Having fewer choices removes that friction. Instead of waking up every morning and asking, where do I start? Which resource do I use? I already know. I can just sit down and I can just start studying. Tip number 3 is to find a community. Language learning can become a very lonely process if it's something that you're doing alone. Having other people around, even if they're beginners too, makes a huge difference. For me, joining a small class with a tutor and 2 other students really changed the game for me. I was able to stay more consistent. I wanted to keep up with their learning pace. I had a scheduled time every week that I had to show up, and I've already paid for the class, which was a huge motivator to get up and go. And having a teacher there who can make real-time corrections was incredibly valuable. Of course, going to a class and paying for a class is not the only option. There are plenty of free resources that you can get community experience from. There are language exchange groups, there are Discord servers, local study groups you could join, online study groups, or even if you have friends learning the same language, you can make a study group out of that. Even just having someone there who can celebrate those small wins with you makes the whole learning process seem a whole lot less intimidating. Language is meant to connect people, so don't try to learn a language alone if you don't have to. Tip number 5 is to make a SMART goal. This is the tip that changed everything for me. Not just with language learning, but with every big goal that I ever made in these past few years. SMART goals stand for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. Instead of saying just generally, I want to become fluent in Japanese, give yourself a goal that is much more concrete. For example, I want to recognize, read, and understand 1,000 kanji in 6 months. Now your goal has direction. It's specific. You can measure your progress. It is achievable and realistic if you plan your goals accordingly. And it has a clear deadline. Instead of wondering what you're supposed to study every day, your SMART goal has now built your curriculum for you. You know exactly what you're working towards. And that clarity makes it so much easier to stay consistent. I honestly, truly think that this last tip, the SMART goal, is the glue that holds all the other tips together. At the end of the day, learning a language does not have to be stressful. It doesn't just have to be another productivity challenge or another thing to check off the list at the end of the day. You can make it a cozy hobby. It can be something you look forward to sitting down and doing every single day. When you choose a language that you genuinely love, surround yourself with resources that you enjoy, simplify your study routine, find people that encourage you, and give yourself a clear goal, learning starts to feel much less like work and much more like a hobby. And once that happens, I truly feel like that's when the magic starts. I would love to hear about your language learning journey. So tell me, what's one language that you've always wanted to learn? And what are some of the challenges that have kept you from sticking to it? Let me know down in the comments. I read every single one, not that I have many right now, and I would love to hear your story. And if you like cozy hobbies, slow living, or honestly just making learning processes seem that much more peaceful and easy to enjoy, please subscribe because I would love to bring you more, and I'll see you in the next video.